Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, General Hospital Diaries. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Today on General Hospital, Jason warns Carly about Jack, Ava makes a connection between Nana and Portia, and Liz and Lucas discuss the trouble Portia might be facing. At the hospital, Lucas shares with Liz that Brad has been blackmailing Portia. He thinks Brad is trying to get back with him, which is why Portia allowed him to attend the symposium. Liz wonders what leverage Brad has over her. Lucas isn't sure and didn't want to find out. Liz says they need to neutralize him. Lucas agrees, feeling responsible because Brad's actions are aimed at worming his way back into his life. Liz asks, did he? Lucas denies it, but Liz knows he still has a soft spot for Brad, much like she does for Rick. Liz recalls that Portia met with Rick but questions why Portia would hire him. She worries Portia could be involved in something dangerous, and if she is willing to risk her career and the hospital's reputation, it must be serious. Liz argues that they can't ignore this as they're professionally obligated to figure out what's going on. Lucas agrees. In Portia's office, she hopes the press conference will get Drew off her back for now. Ava asks what she'll do if it doesn't work. Portia looks at Drew's medical file. Ava warns her that using anything from that file would be a HIPAA violation and would only worsen her situation. Ava suggests Portia should come clean to Curtis. Portia cries that it's too late. Her secret's already destroyed his marriage to Jordan. She feels like she's about to lose everything: her marriage, her career, and her freedom. Ava advises her to find resources that can't be traced back to her, someone who could help her fight against Drew. In Carly's room, Jason warns Carly that her life is at risk if she stays involved with Jack Brennan. He explains that the WSB operates in a completely different world from Sonny's. Carly gets upset, saying that's what's bothering him, that Jack's world isn't his world. Jason insists she doesn't understand Jack's world, pointing out that the device that hurt Michael is technology only agencies like the WSB possess. He's trying to help her see the danger she's in. Carly snaps, saying she's heard the same spiel about Sonny and wonders how many times Sam heard it about him. Jason tells her to leave Sam out of it, but Carly won't. Sam made the decision to stick by Jason and leave when she couldn't handle his life. Carly says she should have the same choice regarding Jack. She tells Jason that if she's wrong about Jack, she knows he'll still have her back. She's made bad decisions before, but he never quit on her, so she asks him not to start now. Jason tells her that staying involved with Jack will always put her kids' safety at risk. But the real danger is what it will do to Jack. Carly is confused. Jason promises that whatever happens to her will also happen to him. If she gets hurt, he gets hurt. If she dies because of Jack, he'll make sure Jack pays. Jason leaves the room, leaving Carly in shock. At Drew's, Neiman is going through his safe, finding something but quickly putting it back and closing the safe when she hears noise. She heads for the door, but Drew calls out from the living room, "Did you lock the safe?" Drew tells her that there's nothing in there that's useful to her. Nina claims she's only trying to protect Willow and the kids. If they move in, Willow will lose her children. Drew accuses her of using the kids as an excuse, saying she's jealous and still wants him. He tells her that if she can't have him, neither can Willow. Nina calls him delusional and insists this is about her daughter and grandchildren. She tells him he may have fooled Willow, but she wants to know exactly how he plans to prevent Willow from losing her children if she moves in with him. Just then, Willow walks in and asks Nana what she's doing. Drew explains that Nana had a lot to say, and Willow assumes Nina was trying to convince Drew that Willow and the kids shouldn't move in. Willow admits she's been patient with her mom, but this feels like manipulation. Nina reiterates that Michael will have to be accommodated and apologizes for going behind Willow's back, but she believes they can handle this on their own. Nina leaves. Drew reassures Willow that he would have told her about his conversation with Nina even if she hadn't walked in. Willow says she's counting on him to always be honest with her. She asks if she could lose her children if she moves in with him. Drew reassures her that Nina is just stirring unnecessary fear. He's a congressman, and his position outweighs Michael's influence. Willow points out that Michael still has Sonny and the Quartermains, but Drew believes that at his core, Michael is a good man, and his kids are his priority. They'll find a way to compromise and that he won't let her lose her children. At the hospital, Nana arrives to meet Ava in Portia's office, hoping Ava isn't ill. Ava explains she brought them together because both want to take down Drew. She's not sure how it'll be done, but she trusts them to figure it out. Ava leaves them to get to work. Nina expresses her respect for Portia and trust in Ava, assuming Portia shares her desperation to bring down Drew. While Nina doesn't need to know Portia's reasons, she knows Portia's doing it for her daughter and grandchildren. Nina adds that Drew always wants more. Portia agrees, and they both understand the need to end Drew's hold over them. Portia's in. In the PCPD interrogation room, Valentin asks Alexis to look after his daughter. Alexis mentions that Lulu and Laura are there for her, but Valentin is referring to her role as the Cassadine trustee. He explains that he made sure Ava's money was returned and arranged for Alexis to be made trustee. He needs her to ensure Charlotte is financially secure. Alexis responds that she's bound by duty to protect Ace's estate until he's 21 and can't access funds for Charlotte. However, she assures him she will ensure Charlotte has everything she needs, including all the love and support she could ever ask for. Alexis doesn't fully understand why Valentin did what he did, but she never doubted his love for his daughter. Bringing Charlotte home was the right choice. Lulu arrives, having received Anna's call. She had already been on her way, suspecting Charlotte had sneaked out. Anna explains that Charlotte is in her office, but Valentin may face life in Steinmauer. Anna suggests this could be the last time Charlotte sees her father and asks if Lulu would consider letting Charlotte say goodbye. Anna believes it would be beneficial for both of them. Lulu expresses skepticism, thinking Anna might be pushing this more for Valentin's sake than Charlotte's, and insists she's going to get her daughter. When Alexis steps out and sees Lulu with Anna, she asks if she's here to see Valentin. Lulu clarifies that she's here to take her daughter, who snuck out to see her father. Anna heads off to find Valentin. Alexis comments that Lulu looks well and starts to leave, but Lulu stops her. She admits that she owes Alexis two things: gratitude and an apology. She should have come to see her sooner, and she confesses she was afraid to face her, unsure if Alexis would want to see her. Lulu apologizes for not facing her sooner, expresses sympathy for Alexis' loss, and thanks her for everything. Alexis embraces her and Lulu offers her thanks. Anna checks in with Valentin, letting him know that Lulu and Charlotte have arrived, and she's working to arrange their meeting. Valentin expresses his gratitude for Anna's help. Anna is puzzled about why Valentin couldn't just leave things alone. The WSB, pikeman, the lies. Why did he let himself get pulled back in? Valentin replies that he was never truly free, but Anna disagrees. She wonders why he put himself in a position to risk everything. Valentin, overcome with emotion, says, "For you." At the WSB, Brennan observes as Vaughn and another agent administer a lie detector test to Joss. She's asked if she blames Sonny for Morgan's death, and she answers no. Instead, she blames the person responsible for setting the bomb. When asked how she'd react if she came face to face with them, the needle fluctuates, but Joss regains composure and says she would subdue the person and call the authorities. Vaughn praises her performance. Vaughn leaves, and Joss asks about the earlier question about her brother, calling it a low blow. Vaughn says it was a test, one she needs to pass if she's to control her emotions and lie convincingly. He asks if she can do that. Joss questions what the next test will be, and he informs her that her mom has been poisoned with polonium, but is recovering after receiving the antidote. Joss wants to see her, and Brennan allows it but warns that if she leaves, she won't be returning. Brennan shows Joss a live feed of Carly's room, where Carly is with Jason. Joss calms herself but asks how this happened. Was Jason the target? Brennan explains that Valentin sent champagne to his room, and Carly drank it while Jason was in the shower. Joss questions if Valentin cares about her mother or if he's just using her. Brennan asks if it matters. Joss insists it does, especially since it's clear Carly and Jason are seeing each other, making it important to know whether Valentin is truly concerned for Carly. Brennan suggests Joss could warn her mother, but if she does, she'll never be an agent and will be left searching for her purpose. Joss decides not to leave. Brennan is pleased, reminding her to stay focused, and they prepare to head back to Port Charles. Joss warns Brennan that if Valentin is using her mother, she'll find out. Brennan agrees. As Carly isn't. Joss suits up, and we notice her swollen and red ankle. She and Vaughn resume sparring, and he taunts her about lacking the right skills. When he brings up their earlier private conversation, Joss gets caught off guard and Vaughn takes her down. She tells him that it was private, but Vaughn reminds her that the WSB watches everything. He continues to push her buttons, claiming she could help her mom by exposing Brennan's secrets, so what's stopping her? Back at the PCPD, Charlotte returns to the squad room where her mother and Alexis are waiting. She asks to see her father, and Alexis notes that it's good to have a chance to say goodbye. Lulu takes Charlotte into the interrogation room to meet Valentin. Charlotte rushes into her father's arms and they embrace. Valentin thanks Lulu. Brennan arrives and tells Valentin it's time to go. Jack signs paperwork and Anna releases Valentin into Jack's custody, warning him to ensure Valentin arrives safely or she'll hold him responsible. Valentin, now chained, gets one final moment with Charlotte. He tells her he will always love her and asks Lulu to take good care of their daughter. Lulu promises. Valentin looks back one last time, saying, "Till next time." On the next General Hospital, Tracy asks Brooklyn what's going on with her mother. Emma, with Gio by her side, says, "We've come up with a plan to save it." Lucas tells Ava, "You couldn't pay me to touch that money." At the WSB, Vaughn finds out Joss has been hiding an ankle injury for 2 days. Carly meets with Jack and asks for a chance to talk. Liz asks Rick how much trouble Portia is in. Christina tells her father, "Now's your chance." At the office, Lulu declares, "I quit." Lucas Jones stops Elizabeth Baldwin and asks for her help because Brad Cooper has been blackmailing someone at the hospital. He updates her on his trip to Miami and reveals that while there, he discovered that Brad has been blackmailing Portia Robinson, the co-chief of staff. Lucas and Liz discuss their next steps and how to gather more information. Liz recalls that Rick Lansing had recently been with Portia in an official capacity, which makes them both realize that maybe they don't really want to know all the details after all. Nina Reese has just broken into Drew Quartermain's safe in his home and she hears footsteps. She quickly closes it and runs from the room. As she tries to exit through the front door, Drew asks if she remembered to lock the safe. He assures her that there's nothing in the safe that could be used against him to make her daughter, Willow Corinthos, turn against him. The two exchange sharp words and Drew tells Nina that he knows her real issue. She still has feelings for him and can't stand that he's chosen Willow instead. Nina, both disgusted and amused, repeats her concern that Willow might lose custody of her children if she moves in with Drew. As the two argue, Willow enters and scolds Nina for acting behind her back. Nina once again expresses her concerns before leaving. After Nina is gone, Willow asks Drew if there's any chance Michael Corinthos could gain custody if she moves in with him. Drew reassures her that he will never let that happen. Portia Robinson is talking to Ava Jerome about the recent press conference and how it has temporarily relieved her from Drew's pressure. She then shows Ava Drew's patient chart and hints that there might be something in it that she could use to her advantage. Ava warns her not to take that route as it could bring her more trouble than she's already in. Instead, Ava suggests that Portia needs an ally, someone else who also wants Drew out of the picture. Shortly after, Nina arrives at Portia's office, and Ava leaves them to compare notes. The two women realize that they're both serious about handling Drew and decide to join forces. Jocelyn Jax is hooked up to a lie detector test by Vaughn, being asked about the bombing at Sonny Corinthos' penthouse, and how she would react if she were face-to-face with the person responsible. Her reading fluctuates when she sees Jack Brennan. He eventually approaches her and tells her that her mother has been hospitalized. He shows her a live feed of Carly Spencer's room, confirming that she's recovering. Joss asks what happened, and Jack tells her the truth. He says she can visit her mom but can't return after that. Joss questions whether Jack cares about her mother or if he's just using her, but he refuses to answer. She reminds him that Carly isn't naive, so if he's using her, Carly will figure it out. She then begins more physical training with Vaughn, who punches her in the face and knocks her down. Alexis Davis is in an interrogation room with Valentin Cassadine, asking what kind of help he needs from her if it isn't legal. He tells her that he wants her to look after his daughter. She is in charge of the
He asks
Cassadine
her to
estate,
allocate
which he
some
ensures
resources
for Charlotte Cassadine to ensure she's well cared for in his absence. Alexis responds that it's her duty to protect the estate for Ace, not to distribute funds. However, she reassures him that Charlotte will be taken care of as he brought her into the family. Charlotte has just arrived at the PCPD and approaches Anna Devane in the hallway, insisting she wants to speak to her father. Anna sends her to her office and Lulu Spencer arrives a few moments later. Lulu wants to take Charlotte home, but Anna tries to convince her to let Charlotte see Valentin before he's transported. While Lulu is considering it, she runs into Alexis for the first time since Sam's death. A tearful Lulu admits she had been avoiding Alexis because the organ donation that saved her life took Sam's. She feared how Alexis might react and apologized for her loss. Alexis embraces Lulu, comforting her. Charlotte appears as the women share a hug and asks if she can see her dad. Lulu hesitates, but Alexis reminds her that not everyone gets the chance to say goodbye, and Lulu allows Charlotte to see Valentin. Valentin hugs Charlotte tightly and tells her how much he loves her, just as Jack appears and tells him it's time to go. Valentin prepares for transport, giving Charlotte one last hug before he's escorted away. Jason Morgan is at Carly's hospital bedside, demanding she stay away from Jack. She tells him he has no right to give orders, but Jason insists that this time it's different. She almost died. He reminds her that she knows nothing about Jack's world, and that the WSB is far more dangerous than anything she's faced. Carly repeats that it's her choice to make, but Jason warns her that her children need her, and that should be her priority. Jason also reveals that the explosives used in the attack on Sonny Corintha's penthouse were WSB grade, which means Jack might be behind it. Carly remains unfazed and Jason leaves, promising that whatever happens to Carly will happen to Jack. If she's hurt, so will Jack. If she dies, Jason will make sure Jack pays. In the PCPD interrogation room, Valentin explained to Alexis that he needed her help with Charlotte. Alexis suggested that Lulu and Laura could take care of Charlotte, but Valentin insisted that Alexis take care of her financially. Alexis was surprised to learn that Valentin had convinced the Cassadine trustees to redirect all of Ava's divorce settlement money. "I made sure you were appointed trustee of the estate because I need you to support my daughter financially," he said. Alexis sadly reminded him that the money was meant for Ace, but Valentin was confident Alexis could find a way to allocate some for Charlotte. "I will make sure Charlotte has all the love and support she could ever need because you've made the ultimate sacrifice in bringing her home. I don't fully understand why you did what you did, but I never doubted your love for her," Alexis said. In the main station bullpen, Charlotte pleaded with Anna to let her see Valentin. Anna directed Charlotte to her office and called Lulu, who immediately headed over. Anna asked Lulu if she'd consider letting Charlotte say goodbye to her father. Lulu refused, so Anna went in to speak with Valentin as soon as Alexis left the interrogation room. Anna informed Valentin that Lulu was there to pick up Charlotte. Knowing Charlotte was close, Valentin begged Anna to let her see him, but Anna said that decision was up to Charlotte's mother. Anna told Valentin that she would help him for Charlotte's sake, but also because she still cared about him. Both Anna and Valentin got emotional as they often do. "Why couldn't you have just let things be? You were free, Valentin. Why couldn't you leave it all behind, the WSB, the lies, the deception, and Pikeman? Why let them pull you back in?" she asked. Valentin claimed he was never free, that he sacrificed it all for her. "You had me, wasn't that enough?" he asked. Outside the room, Alexis and Lulu exchanged pleasantries before Lulu apologized for not visiting her sooner to thank her for Sam's sacrifice. "I am so grateful to Sam for my life," Lulu said tearfully. Alexis embraced her warmly. When Charlotte appeared, Alexis urged Lulu to let Charlotte see her father. Valentin's face lit up when he saw Charlotte at the door. Father and daughter shared an emotional embrace. Suddenly, Jack entered and told Valentin his chariot awaited. Anna signed Valentin over to the WSB, but warned Jack that if anything happened to him, she would hold him accountable. Nina thought she had struck gold when she found Drew safe but scrambled when she heard a noise. As she tried to escape, Drew appeared. "Did you remember to lock the safe?" he asked, accusing Nina of searching for something to use against him. Nina quickly shifted the topic to Willow. I'm just trying to protect my daughter. If she moves in here with you, she'll lose her children, Nina said. Drew confidently assured her that wouldn't happen, accusing Nina of trying to keep Willow away from him. You're just using the kids as an excuse. You want me all to yourself, and if you can't have me, nobody else can, especially Willow, Drew said as Nina struggled not to laugh. You're delusional if you think I'm pining for you, she shot back. Nina then went on a tirade about what would happen if Michael found out Willow was living with Drew. How will you keep my daughter from losing her children? She demanded, just as Willow walked in and asked what Nina was doing there. Drew explained that he came home to find Nina talking to him. You came here to convince Drew not to let us move in together, Willow said, frustrated. She felt it was manipulative and that Nina was going behind her back. Nina decided to be straightforward. Whether you like it or not, Michael will have to be accommodated, and the only way to do that is for you not to move in together, she said. At the nurse's station, Lucas pulled Elizabeth aside to ask for her help, making sure the conversation stayed private. Elizabeth was taken aback when Lucas revealed that Brad's been blackmailing someone at the hospital. Liz's concern grew. As head nurse, I need to know if something's going on here now, she said. Lucas explained that Brad had blackmailed Portia to attend the Miami symposium. Liz was shocked, wondering what Brad had on Portia, but Lucas didn't know. He felt responsible since Brad had done it to get back into his good graces but failed. As they discussed the matter, Liz recalled seeing Rick meeting with Portia and wondered if it had anything to do with Brad's blackmail. Portia and Ava continued their conversation in Portia's office. Portia tried to play up Drew's new sports program, which had gotten him off her back, at least for now. She showed Ava a medical file on Drew. Ava advised her not to use it against him, though she admitted she would if necessary. It's not something you should do. You're a smart woman. Don't let fear or desperation make you do something foolish, Ava said. Ava suggested Portia be honest with Curtis but understood Portia's hesitation, fearing his typical reaction to secrets. Portia worried about losing everything and that Drew would only keep her secret as long as it served him. Ava suggested she needed an ally, someone who shares your interest in Drew's downfall. Ava then invited Nina to Portia's office with a proposal. She sat Nina across from Portia and suggested they combine their resources and advanced intellect to take Drew down. Ava left them to discuss it further. Nina and Portia agreed to join forces. Nina confessed she was doing this for her daughter and didn't need to know Portia's reasons. This hold Drew has on us? It won't end until we put an end to it, Portia said. Carly was furious when Jason ordered her to stay away from Jack Brennan. I'm used to Sonny giving orders, but you're not supposed to tell me what to do, Jason, she argued. Jason admitted he tried to avoid ordering her around, but sometimes had no choice like this time. Carly acknowledged Jason's concerns for her, but she was an adult and could make her own decisions. Jason insisted that the WSB world wasn't meant for her. Carly exploded. You're not upset because this isn't my world. You're upset because you can't control it, she yelled. Jason reminded her that she was in over her head and nearly died. Jason informed Carly that the incendiary device found in Sonny's penthouse was a government-grade weapon, something only agencies like the WSB could access. This isn't fair. You're using Michael to try to control me, Carly cried. She was tired of hearing the same warnings about Sonny and the ones Sam received about Jason. Jason told Carly to leave Sam's name out of it, but Carly argued that Sam had chosen to be with him. If I want to be with Jack, I'll make that choice for myself, Carly said. It's my life, Jason, and I know I've made some terrible decisions, but you've never given up on me. Don't start now, she begged. Jason finally made it clear. I'm making you a promise. Whatever happens to you happens to him. If you get hurt, he gets hurt. If you die because of Jack Brennan, I'll kill him. Jocelyn sat for a lie detector test at WSB spy school and claimed she didn't blame Sonny for Michael's burns. The lie detector believed her until she said she blamed the person who set the bomb. When asked what she would do if she ever saw that person, Jack appeared at the window, prompting Joss to look away. Jack entered and asked the agents to leave. Jocelyn immediately scolded Jack for questioning her about her brother. Jack explained it was part of her conditioning and she passed. She needed to learn how to stay composed while lying. Jack then revealed that Carly had been poisoned. Jocelyn wanted to go see her, but Jack warned that if she left, she wouldn't return. To calm Joss, Jack showed her a live feed of Carly and Jason arguing. Jocelyn believed Carly was safe with Jason, so she decided to stay put. When Joss learned how the poisoning happened, she had one pointed question. Do you care about my mother, or are you just using her? Jack claimed the answer didn't matter but warned Joss that if she ever told Carly what she was up to, she would end up another unfulfilled soul bouncing from job to job. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.